Fate decided.
Let's get this party started.
Craving something scary.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
Killjoy Jake.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
Watch some.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
The collective has spoken. Yeah, boy, we got the echo going. All right.
Oh, I just killed
Lethal
the.
Friday.
I killed the echo. That was me.
Lethal Fridays. We're
Yeah.
back and better than ever.
We
Jake
are.
is back. I'm back. Steven's here. Fate's not. You know what's up. Let's do this thing.
Woo, yes.
Let me
It's
stop.
the
Had to
dream
cut the
scenario.
dead weight.
Had
We
to-
had-
Had to cut some dead weight from
Hey,
the cast.
listen, man. Jake, we were on vacay, and some people joked around about it, and they were like, "Hey, did Jake and Knight get like accosted or tied up and this and that?" I played into it a little bit, but
Yeah, we totally
escaped-
did.
Yep.
Yeah, we escaped out of it, and we have taken vengeance, just like my man Robert Pattinson said, "I am vengeance." We have taken vengeance.
Or,
Anyways, let's.
as
What?
Stallone would say, I am the law. I am the law.
I am the Mister. I am the law. All right,
Oh,
let's
yes.
bring him. Let's bring him in because he's. Listen, for you guys in the chat. First of all, hello to everyone. Great
Hey,
to see
guys.
you. If you guys could see Fate's face right now in the backstage, the virtual backstage, this is great. Let me just throw him in here. Yeah,
Oh, there he is.
there he is.
You're all a bunch of haters.
Oh,
I am the collective. You see,
Right.
you see,
Oh,
you
man.
see all the comments in the
Bro,
chat,
look.
how everyone's like, where's fate? Why isn't there fate? I hate this collective now.
It's-
That's
yeah.
why.
I
Well,
hate
whatever it takes,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Whatever it takes for you to sleep, buddy. Just keep telling yourself. It's all right.
They wouldn't let me in. They locked the
That's
door
great.
on me. I
We
was
did.
injured.
You lost your key.
My heart hurts now. I've been betrayed. My
You were
only
put in the
friends.
corner.
Jake's only friends.
You guys are my only friends. I have no other
I know,
nobody
he
else.
only had-
That's
he
it.
had horror movies. Now he has
It's
us.
just
so
us
he
and horror
He
movies.
just lost one.
I'm down to 2 now, guys. Jeez.
Oh,
man.
ouch.
Killing it.
We gotta start. We gotta start doing a Kickstarter for you to get some friends, Jake.
Yeah. That's what I really should be trying to promote on Kickstarter, right?
And,
Um,
speaking of Kickstarter, let's throw up your information here, man, because we got the links to it in the description as usual.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
There it
Scream
is.
Red Right Hand. We're making a Scream fan film. If you are not aware, we have only 9 or so days for the Kickstarter left to get back. So if you guys could support that, the link for the Kickstarter is in the description below. If you guys have not seen the proof of concept either, it's going to be a Scream film from the perspective of the killers this time around. This is me and our lead actress Maya in our little video that we did promoting the Kickstarter. Ghostface has us tied up in a basement right now, and he will kill us in 9 days unless you support us and get us to $5,000. So we can make this movie. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Get
baby.
it. Get us there.
Yes.
Get us there. You get some awesome rewards too. Some good Scream themed items as well.
Absolutely.
Bet.
Very much so. Very much so. It's exciting stuff, man, and I can't wait. I truly can't wait, man. It's so exciting.
I'm
Well,
pumped. We're-
boys. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm also doing a live stream promoting it tonight over on Killjoy Jake, so check it out.
What time is it, Jake?
Yeah.
After the stream.
Oh,
Whenever we whenever we get done with this. Yeah.
You're going to be like, see you later, guys. Boop, and then start your live.
Get right in.
Yeah. I'm live all night, pretty much.
Nice.
Jake can't be killed. All right, I love it. I love it. But anyways, guys, I mean, obviously, we got huge news today. So let's jump into this thing, man. We got a release date for Scream 6. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm pumped. I'm a little nervous, but I'm pumped. What do you guys think about it?
Craven.
Steven, you want to go first?
Since you guys don't want me to talk, clearly you don't want me a
I
part
mean-
of this collective. So I'll
Well,
just
yeah.
sit here and be the last.
Oh, my. Hey, there we go, baby. Let's
Hey,
go.
Let's go.
Feel so
Get those
abused.
hashtags up, folks, in the chat. Let's go. Get your stew chats up. Let's hit it. Let's get Fate on that train. All right.
Mental
So,
abuse is still abuse.
hey, man. It's not abuse. It's trying to help enlighten you to the truth. That's all this is about, dude.
It's like an intervention without calling it an intervention.
That's exactly what it is, and it's going to continue all the way up for the whole rest of the year. So just
There you go.
just ride that train. All right, here come the stews. Here we go. I love this. I'm looking at the chat. All right, so what was the question again? Oh yeah, we have a release
We're
date.
looking at the chat when I was commenting.
Like, I get on stew, man. I'm just like, I'm gone. All right. So, yes, I'm excited. We got the news. I think it's confirmation that this movie has been written long before now, that James and Guy had everything probably, maybe they didn't have all the T's crossed and the I's dotted, but to move this quickly, I think that they already knew what the next film was going to be. And we've talked about how we think that ultimately it's going to be the trilogy, right? It's going to be the Radio Silence trilogy. So it doesn't surprise me in terms of having the date, just like they say we're starting in June. I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't start filming that quickly if you're not buttoned down. The hatches are buttoned down. I think personally, and again, this is just me, talking out of my ear, but these are my thoughts, are that everyone's already locked in and done. It's all done. It's just being held. It's just being held up. I mean, it's just like we're gonna pace out these announcements, and it's all gonna start trickling down in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And by the time we get into May, we're gonna probably have a full-blown list like we did last time. Like, here's everybody, here's the character names. But anyway, I think Gail is absolutely signed on. I know she did that interview where she said she has the script and they start in June, but she never said in the interview that she was coming back. So I was like, well, I think she's coming back. I'm 98% sure, but until I hear her say I'm back, all I heard her say, I listened to the interview multiple times. All she said was, I have the script and I haven't read it yet. I just got it yesterday, and they start filming in June. So anyway, I think she's coming back, but I'll feel better when they announce it. And same with Sydney. I think Nev's got the script too. They they know what they're going to do already. So the release date though is a little bit concerning to me because this is Radio Silence's second major motion picture. Okay, I'm not counting the VHSs. I'm talking about Ready or Not, big picture, and then this is their third. Sorry, their third, not their second. I misspoke. The Scream 5 was their second, is what I meant, and then now it's their third. But I'm a little concerned about the time being so quick that I just worry they're going to rush. I'm worried that they're going to be under the pressure of this deadline, and they have to meet this deadline. You know how studios are when they give these deadlines. They're locked in. They're going to start planning their whole year around that date now. And so my only thing is, I wish they personally would have waited and just waited till October, because if they film this movie and they start going to post-production, what happens in October, September, and they say, oh, shoot, you know what? We really should reshoot some of this stuff. We should touch this up. Well, it's too late. You can't, you're under the gun at that point. So if Wes Craven was helming this project, I'd be like, oh, this is gold. He's got this. My only concern is Radio Silence is great, but they're young. They are still green. This is not Wes Craven after 25, 30 years of filmmaking who could do this efficiently. So that's my position, guys. That's what I feel. I feel like, I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying I'm concerned. It's very ambitious. It's very aggressive.
Since we're going around real quick, to add to like what we're talking about, one, do you think that they already have the formula together, and so therefore they kind of like Halloween Ends? Like Halloween Ends basically started production, filmed, and was finished in like 2 months because they already had the formula down. They already had everyone ready to go. They already had everything they needed done. Do you think, obviously, this gives them a lot more time? They have essentially a whole year to get this out, get everything together. Do you think that one, that will take a part, like that is part of why it's not maybe rushed? Two, the other thing that I wanted to add is how you were talking about the like if they need to move it back or whatever. Do you guys think that would be an issue? or do you think that the fandom would understand? Like, let's say it gets to January and they're like, you know what, we want to do a few more things to really hit this film. We're gonna push
Right.
it to October. Do you think that'd be an issue?
All right. Well, they already shot themselves in the foot with that already. My thing about it is that's literally what you're explaining is exactly what happened with Halloween Kills. So if they decide to go that route, and let's say like they want to redo something and they push the release date back, ultimately the exact same thing is going to happen with Scream 6 that happened with Halloween Kills. I like Halloween Kills. Me and Knight have gone back and forth about how much we absolutely love what a lot of that film did, but yeah, it's definitely worse than Halloween 2018. It has a lot of problems that could have been fixed with just a little more time if they would have just taken put a little more effort into the filmmaking process, which, you know, there was an entire year where it got delayed because of the pandemic, but I feel, and they didn't really go back to touch it up. What they did do is release literally everything that happens in the marketing, which is a huge problem.
Yes.
And if they do that they'll do the exact same thing with Scream, which in my opinion, this is arguable. There are more things to spoil about a Scream film than a Halloween film. And we'll figure out the killers at that point. We'll figure that out. We'll have a lot of the big reveals already revealed to us. Since they released the release date, now they have to put it out in March. If they don't, it's the exact same thing as what happened with Halloween Kills will happen. And that will suck even more than rushing out a film.
But let me ask y'all something. Why did they rush to announce this? They didn't have to do this. They already announced they were filming in June. But see, if you keep that card in your pocket, like say the studio guys all agree this is March 31st, but we're not going to say anything because we don't know what could happen in October, November. I'm like, what's the rush to announce it? Because you're right, they've showed their hand. They've put all their cards out and said, here it is, March 31st. And now everything's going to be expected. I don't think it was a smart move to announce it. I really don't.
I agree. I 100% agree. I think. Sorry, go ahead. Now you haven't spoken.
No,
go ahead.
No. I was just going to say I agree too. I think they probably should have waited, a couple of months, and I know. Well, I'm assuming what they're thinking is like a ramp up to everything. The marketing, letting us know who's going to be in it and all these types of things. But I think that a year is too long for that to happen. I think it'd be better for maybe 8 months. I think that would have been a better time frame. But I will say this: I am very excited and curious to see how this is going to play out because, these guys are smart. So I will give them that, and they understand the weight what's happening here. So I'm wondering if there are some big surprises or some little, left turns that they're going to throw at us in this next 12 months. Well, less than 12 months, obviously, because, once you're a month or so away, that's not going to count. But you get what I mean, leading up to it. I'm wondering if there are going to be some big surprises. It would make sense, because otherwise, like I said, and like you guys just said, a year is a long time. It seems like it's too soon.
Go ahead, Jake.
My thing is I don't know why they're telling us all this info. It's like they're worried that we're not going to be interested in Scream 6. That's how it feels to me. That's why I posted the video just a couple hours ago where I was like, I'm shocked that they're giving us all this information all of a sudden. There's clearly an interest. You know what I mean? They're acting like they're paranoid. They're acting like they're desperate to get people on board the Scream train, not just the Stu train, the Scream train. And it's like, dude, the last movie made over $140 million. There's clearly an interest. Right. Yeah, it's coming off as desperation. I really hope they just kind of let their hands off of the Twitter account for a little bit. Just relax, make a good movie. Just do it. Just go in, to quote the amazing Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Stop giving us updates. Just make it happen. That's how I feel about it.
I think that it's a combination of things. I think one, they're trying to keep the hype. They're trying to capture this momentum that is going, which is fine. But here's the thing, is that you have a gap of that momentum. If they would have waited till 25 to release this film, 2025, then you probably lost the hype by then. But if they waited till the end of 23, even 24, say January 24, I don't think I think that hype is still there. You have
I 100% agree. Yes.
You have this window of opportunity to capture. I think that I don't know this for a fact, but I think Paramount is looking at it as we need to do this hype train because Scream 4 failed terribly in sense of like box office and things like that. I think that is their fear. Like we're getting into these deeper sequels. This isn't Scream 2. This is Scream 6. Yes, it is Radio Silence's sequel, but just do it. But you know, like that's what I think this ultimately boils down to. Is I think that it is part fear of like we don't want to replicate Scream 4. This is the 6th installment for most fans. And so let's keep the ball rolling while we can. And I'm not saying that that's the right way to go about it.
No, you're right though. That's how they're thinking about it right now. Yes. But I just don't understand. Yeah. Like we're literally like there are fans on Twitter who are just going nuts about it ever since 5. Like there are still tweets about how much people either loved or hated 5. And no matter how you feel about it, all that talk about it on the internet is driving people to watch this movie one way or another. So there's clearly not just an interest.
It hasn't even came out on DVD yet.
Exactly. Exactly. People are still talking about it from when it had its theatrical run. I just don't understand.
It just came out on Paramount Plus. You got a whole new injection of excitement and people watching it once again.
You're right, and I hate to sound so like dour on this news because it's really like I'm pumped to get another Scream film.
From a content perspective, it's great.
Right, like this is beautiful. I should just be like hell yeah, let's get more release dates. Let's get the release date for 7, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. And now the DVD coming out.
But no, I'm with you. Sorry, continue. But yeah.
No, but you know what I'm saying though? I just feel like there's so much excitement for this film franchise out of any, like there's some Halloween excitement still for Ends, of course, but I feel like the franchise that I see across the board, the one that is the people are the most excited about being brought back to life is Scream. And it's like, I don't understand why we're acting so desperate right now. The reaction should be, we should hold off a little bit, I think, to keep that going. Because that's, like, it's reverse psychology. You know what I mean? Like, if you keep throwing something at somebody, people are eventually going to get sick of it. If you throw something really good at somebody and then they're like, hey, this is awesome, they're going to talk about it for like a really long time, and then you don't have to keep pitching softballs at them. You know what I mean? That's what's so frustrating about this news, because I am really excited. I'm pumped for Scream 6, and I'm sorry I'm standing on my soapbox right now, but this is, it's too much. It's almost too much.
I mean, at the end of the day, we'll all be there.
Yeah, we will.
Well, but the thing is that we're still. That
was your moment, Knight.
What?
That was your moment.
We'll be there.
I'm deep in thought.
I gave you a perfect transition and setup, and you dropped the ball.
I am literally ready. I am so ready right now.
Yo, I'm so ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just paying you back for all the stuff you were talking, man. That's
you guys are a bunch of haters.
What do you mean haters? It's payback.
We talked about this. The chat agreed. I am the collective.
What's up. Don't listen to him. You know who you gotta listen to.
All right, so here's my question. Okay, fine. Fate, are you going to be there?
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Jake, are you going to be there?
I'll be there.
I'll be there. Everybody sing it. Oh, yes. Fate, I will make sure that I am ready to catch the ball next time you throw it, all right? I'll keep my hands ready to go.
That was a fastball right down the middle, ready to smack it out the park.
Look on his face was classic, though. He was like...
I was like... What? Like what happened here?
What is the point of our private chat if we don't?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
God.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Back to the conversation.
Back to the conversation.
You guys ruined it.
Oh my gosh! Hey, that song's coming back before the end of the stream. All right, I guarantee it. So it's becoming a tradition. And what's so funny is now when I do live streams, people in the chat on my streams are going hashtag I'll be there, and so I'm playing it on my channel streams now. It's like catching fire. So anyway, here's what I have to say about it too. I think that we're still so excited about the news that they're filming in June. Like we're still riding this wave right now, and we're way up here. We haven't come down yet, and we're getting this new information. It's a missed opportunity because That would have been great to hear later on in the year when we start to maybe we hit a lull point a little bit somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
And they say, guess what, guys? We're releasing on March 31st. Or maybe they get in there and they realize that's a little bit too aggressive. Maybe we're going to move that to June or April, or April or May. But anyway, we talked about that already. But my thing is, Jake, I'm with you 100%, man. I think it's unnecessary to do it now. You shouldn't play your cards so quickly like this. You just because like you say, that deck runs out eventually, and then
That's right.
it's going to go dark because when they're filming, they're not going to be talking about that. It's secret. So
And then we're gonna get to a point where it's like no one's talking about. It's gonna get to a point where like all the hype for Scream 6 is right now, and then when the movie comes out, it's gonna be like down here. And then what they're gonna have to do, which is exactly what they did with Halloween Kills, is spoil literally everything in the last trailer so that people are excited to come again. But then it sucks for the fans who have been like following it the whole time, who like know all this. And then it's like you're gonna give us literally everything now. Like don't spoon feed us every little bit of interesting aspect of your film, which is what they're gonna have to be forced to do if they keep marketing the next movie like this.
Do you guys think that? Do you think? Sorry.
No,
go ahead.
Yeah. Sit down, man. No, I'm just I totally don't want them to spoil anything. Like there were so many things for Scream 5 that I think that they should have held closer to the vest. And I still enjoyed the movie, obviously, but it would have been really cool to go into it a bit more blind. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just hoping, I'm hoping and praying that when we get into the promotion, the marketing, the trailers, TV spots and stuff like that, that they play it a lot closer to the vest. You know, I mean, yeah, that's all. Because it's such a frustrating thing with Scream 5 for me, because you know we were calling out a lot of theories, and there were things that were just like, I cannot believe that they would spoil certain things, and they did.
They spoiled the entire movie.
They spoiled
into the announcement.
The Amber scene, all that stuff, that should have never been in a trailer.
Amber scene, yep.
Yes. I couldn't believe it when they have Amber on fire in the trailer. I'm like, you got 2.5 hours of film, and you're going to take that clip and show it to everybody ahead of time. Really? Right. That's you're going to do that? And then they're going to show Sam coming down with a knife. You're going to pick that scene to show. Like the scene before, she turns around with the knife in her hand. That's perfect. But they had to show this. The next scene where she's coming down on Richie, and your editing team in Hollywood, a professional Spyglass Paramount editors cannot cut the clip above Richie's head. You had to actually show his shoulder and his hair. Yeah. Who's editing the trailer? This is you guys. We could edit that trailer much better in our home studios, our home laptops. I mean, let's be honest, okay? Let's just be honest. If you cut those two scenes out, that movie's a mystery when you walk in. It's a much better mystery.
And plus that scene with Courtney Cox screaming, man. It's like, dude.
Right. Yeah, that was that's about it. All of us, every one of us posted videos after that.
You could never watch a Scream movie as long as you know who Dewey and Gail are. You know what that meant.
You knew,
like,
absolutely.
Yes. Do you think that they're riding the hype of the marketing? Like, because they did such a he does need to do an audio.
You do. I keep saying that.
He would be. I mean, he should just do a course or something where you just talk.
Of course. Let me teach you how to talk.
But like, no, I mean, so like they leaned hard into the marketing of Scream 5, and it was successful. It worked. So, do you guys think that is what they are kind of basing this off of? Like, hey, let's release all the information out so that you keep generating this buzz. And then, 3-4 months from now, we'll start the marketing tour. And then that will just ramp up and keep that hype train going leading into Scream 6. Because, I mean, even Scream 5, they started the marketing sooner than most films that I can remember. I mean, usually films start marketing, 2-3 months outside of the movie at the earliest. I mean, they were marketing like almost a year before. I mean, with the Vince thing.
That's true.
That
was
kind of stuff, like little subtle little things. Not the major marketing, but they were throwing little things out there, getting people talking, getting creators like us talking about Scream. And then like 6-7 months before the film released, we just started getting all these posters and things, and they just kept ramping it up. Do you think that that's kind of what they're banking on?
It could be.
I think they're going to repeat. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, you got 140 million. I think if I'm them, I'm going to say everything we did, we're going to modify it and tweak it, but we're taking that same marketing strategy except we're going to make the trailer where we don't give away the whole killers to everybody. But as far as marketing, I think so.
Bailey just made a good. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Steven.
No, that's
I
all.
was
Go
just
ahead.
gonna
That's fine.
say, Bailey just made a good comment because talking about how letting this date go out early, letting the studios know and be able to lock themselves in so other studios can move their schedules around, similar to why the date for 5 was announced. That could also be part of their thinking,
Yeah.
because this movie did well. I mean, it made a lot of money. The fan base is hyped and primed and so forth. So they might just be trying to lock in that date so that other people are like, yeah, we don't want to mess with Scream 6 because we saw how well 5 did. That definitely makes sense to me. I don't know what you guys think, but
Well,
Yeah.
it makes
and
sense
maybe
to me.
so they don't have to compete. So they don't have to
Yeah.
compete with others. I mean, I haven't taken the time to look to see if there are any big movies that are out, because I know people are on the fence with this, but I really think January's release helped a lot. I mean, I don't think it was like the main component, but I think it was a benefit to some capacity because it didn't have anything to compete with. The one thing it was going to have to compete with, Morbius, ended up getting pushed. So that was
Yeah.
it. It was just
Yeah.
Scream. And
Basically.
so I would imagine that this release date is somewhere along those lines. They probably looked at the scope. What is the scope of next year? What kind of movies are coming out? Especially Marvel movies, because that's taking all of the attention.
I was going to say, you better hope they don't decide all of a sudden to release one that weekend.
Well, and they have a bunch of movies coming out in 23. So I imagine, and they've already announced they announced their timeline, years in advance. So so those are all pretty much locked in. So if I was to guess, I would imagine Paramount looked at what are the big things we're going to have to compete with, and what is a good time slot to lock in now. And they looked, and this was probably the date that was okay, it's far enough from from the next Marvel or big blockbuster movie, and far enough removed from the one that came out in February or whatever. I'm sure that's probably the sweet spot. That's what I would imagine.
So, okay, Maverick Media just had a really good comment that I want to talk about a little bit. So, yes, they probably did have a plan for a 3-movie storyboard, which is what everyone's saying. But there's 2 big components why I'm worried that maybe the ideas for a 6 and a possible 7 are not completely fleshed out yet. Obviously, they're filming in June for 6, so that script's probably done now. But the ending of 5 does not lead into a sequel at all. I mean, that is a clean-cut, open-shut story. There is absolutely nothing about that ending that would make you think another movie's coming. And when I remember walking out of the theater for the first time for Scream 5, I had a lot of thoughts, but one of them was that they don't plan on making a sequel. That was the big thing that I was thinking about. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's probably it. This movie's probably not going to be that successful. And then, well, what do you know? It makes 140 million. So honestly, I think they did have a loose idea for 6, but not a fully fleshed out, oh, we're ready to make 2 more movies right now. Let's go. I really don't think that was the case. I think they had a concept. They were like, hey, here's where we could go. Because of course, if you make a movie, if you're writing a story or anything, you're always thinking about what's the next place you can take it to. But I genuinely don't think they had an entire fleshed out script ready to go right after the movie was done, which is why I'm worried about it being rushed.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I
an interesting
agree.
point, man. If you're right, and Guy and James had nothing written, or just a very thin
Or
little
something.
outline.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
right.
a
Yeah, an
little, but not
outline.
a script, just a little outline of where they think they could go. Which, remember, Radio-san said that Guy and James said, show them that there's more stories to tell. So they had an idea, but how much of an idea, I don't know. And was it one of those things where, oh, crud, we got to go lock ourselves in a hotel for 2 weeks and write this movie? And if that's the case, I'm worried because
And that
that's
could be
where
the case.
mistakes
I don't.
happen. That's where
I
it
don't
gets
know.
sloppy.
I'm not I'm not a part of the behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
I don't know. But to
I don't
me,
know.
that's how a lot of this news is coming off because of the desperation of it all. It's just okay, are you guys just trying to ride the hype train? Listen, I love Radio Silence. I love Guy Busick, and I love James Vanderbilt. Honestly, even their other stuff that isn't a part of, which I know some people will bring up, James Vanderbilt wrote Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I still like the Andrew Garfield movies. That's a completely different discussion. I really like all their other stuff. I think they make good movies. But the vibes I'm getting from this are not all good ones. And that's why I'm concerned. What's going into Scream 5, I was pumped for that movie. I'm like, oh my God, some of my favorite modern horror filmmakers are doing this. Heck yeah, let's go. And Scream 5 was pretty good. I really liked it. I just feel like this is not just your typical slasher flick where it's like, okay, it's a dude in a mask. He's running around killing teenagers. That's not what Scream is. It is so much, 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 much more than that. And to pump out a movie like that in a year, it's just like, dude, take your time. You got to write in meta commentary. You got to write in good characters. You can't have a Scream film without really, really good characters, which is something I talk about a lot on my page. So I'm just hoping it's a good product. I got my fingers crossed. I really got my fingers crossed.
I think I do. I think so. Based on what Radio Silence has said in the past, based on what the fact that Paramount, I mean, we all knew Scream 6 was coming. I mean, we were talking about Scream 6 being a thing when they announced Scream 5, and primarily was because Paramount and Spyglass, they were working together, they got the rights, and they were getting ready to do this franchise. So there's no way. Just like Kevin Williamson had an idea for multiple films, they didn't know that they were going to do multiple films, but the idea was there. I think this is along the same lines. I think that they had Scream 5 ready to go, and they had the bulk, at least, of what was to come if this one is successful. I'm sure Paramount already had, I mean, Jeepers Creepers Reborn has been absolutely terrible, and they already have a 5th film in their time slot. Like when you go to their media company or whatever, like, you know, these companies, they're planning, like, if this is successful, what's next? And they have the people, they probably had 90% of the movie already mapped out. They just needed to kind of piece it together and see, like, what was the final result of Scream 5 and what do we need to change? I think it was probably more so by that. And the reason I think that more now than ever is because of what we just saw. They made the announcement that it was filming in June. Like, they didn't need to rush that. There was no reason to rush that. I think that they were like, are we ready? Yes. All hands on deck. Cool. All right, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make the announcement. And then now they have between now and June to kind of figure out what do they want to change. I don't like that. Let's fix this. Get the approval. Boom, we're good. Let's get off to the races. That's what I think ultimately has happened. I think it'll be the same thing with Scream 7. I think they had the plan. They just didn't know. Not just that, but Radio Silence, they are absolute fanboys. They are not. I don't see them rushing this thing because they know it means the world to them. I mean, Jamie Kennedy was literally crying in tears because of how passionate these creators were. And I mean, all you saw was all of the cast and crew just raving about how great Radio Silence was. All you heard was, you know, Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox talking about how great this team is and how you saw the family dynamic, the community that they built, you know, going to the beach, going to dinners, doing all this stuff. Like, that hadn't happened since 96. Like, I mean, and you're not just talking about the new cast. I mean, Nev was going out with them, you know, David was going out with them, Courtney. Like, I think they knew what the plan was. I think they knew, like, hey, this is what's going to happen. They finished Scream 5, and I guarantee you they immediately got to work on, hey, this is going to be good. And that's where we got to this point. I don't know. I just.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the hope.
I want to throw one thing out to Castellar.
At this point, they have a proven track record. So why would we think otherwise until they prove us wrong? You know, like,
Well, my biggest thing, though, Fade, is not about
winning until you lose. Like, you know.
Well, no, I absolutely, and I 100%. I've always think, like, you know, I give everyone the benefit of the doubt that they did a good job. I expect the same. My concern is not really with Radio Silence as much. I mean, a little bit, but not as much as it is with the writing. And I think that's what, Jake, you were focusing on, and that's where I'm with you on, is the writing rush. And I hope not. And I'm not saying it is, because I don't know. I'm going into this expecting the very best, but also very cautiously a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
a little bit concerned. That's all.
Yeah. And I will
you were
say
gonna say
this
something?
too. Yeah, I was gonna just piggyback to what Castor was saying, because he was talking about the Halloween 4 and 5 debacle, because they really did rush Halloween 5. But the difference is, the director of Halloween 5 wasn't even a Halloween fan, and was basically
he hadn't seen a movie, right?
Yeah.
He hadn't seen the movie. He had no love for the movie. He did some. I mean, again, I don't want to sit here and crap on them, but I'm just being real because it's facts. I mean, you
Right.
literally had what's her name that played Tina almost died in one of the scenes where she's being chased by the car near the end, the barn scene. And it's because the director was still kind of new to everything. So this is a different situation where Radio Silence, the whole team, I mean, I'm not saying they're seasoned like Wes because they're not, but they've
Right.
had enough experience that, yes, I do trust them. And like I said, I'm just cautiously nervous. But again, I think that there's a lot of things that we probably don't know. We may never really know. And I think they had a game plan. And I also think it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't have some surprises in this next 12 months, 10, 11 months, whatever. So I just wanted to throw that out there because with Halloween 5, oof, gosh, it's a good point to bring up, but that was so different.
It was
My,
so
my
different.
only real concern
Yeah.
is the potential with this new variant and cases starting to ramp up, especially in certain parts of the world. And Canada was very strict about that stuff, So that's my only real concern is that if circumstances outside of their control develop,
Right.
now you painted yourself into a corner. But
Yeah.
Look at Black Phone.
but that's also what I mean. But that's also what I mean by people understanding. It's because we're none of us are oblivious to what's going on in the world as far as that goes. You know what I mean? So like, if that is the cause, I mean, even if that's not the cause, they could just use that as an excuse, really, if they needed to. And I
Right.
think people would ultimately understand, like, okay, like that makes sense.
You're right.
But
You're right, but it's the Halloween Kills thing all over again. Still,
yes, but there it's more to it than that. Like the film got just destroyed by reviews. Like when people saw it, fans didn't really love it. So
I did.
word of mouth does a lot. I know.
Like, it's like,
No, I mean I know you guys liked it, but the
We're the
reality
only
is-
three people. Oh no.
that's it. That's
No,
it.
It's
We're-
just
in the
us.
universe.
No, what I'm saying, but you can't. You're honestly all telling me that movie didn't get killed from reviews. That was the.
I mean,
big talk
critics,
when it
man.
came out.
Critics are gonna
Yeah,
always
yeah,
dump
yes,
on
but
stuff.
they play a
man.
part to a
Halloween
certain
movie
degree.
hasn't gotten killed with reviews.
Yeah.
No one likes horror movies. That's the problem. These critics,
That's not
they're
true at all.
Here-
What are you
can
talking
I-
about?
no,
It's got
hold on,
100%
hold on.
Rotten
The
Tomatoes.
majority-
You
I'm talking about your
scream Rotten
mainstream
Tomatoes,
critics.
95%.
The
What are you
horror
talking
critics
about?
do.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
come
let
on
me
now.
let me just jump in here for a second. I want just have this as an understanding, just my opinion, but I just want to throw it out there. Going through all the Halloween movies, been a fan for years. I think what we got to remember is Halloween has always been in a different parking lot than Scream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Halloween movies have always been panned, except for the first. That's really the only one.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some other ones that had some decent RT scores and stuff like that, like H2O.
Resurrection.
And
Oh yeah,
Michael
the
I was a
Myers,
big
Halloween
fan of the
score.
critics.
Like a
They loved
killer
it.
Shock, but no, seriously, Halloween has always kind of been looked down upon. And same thing with Friday the 13th, the same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah, but
except for the
18
original
18
and
got
Dream Warriors.
praised. Like when 18 was
Yes.
praised.
It was praised, and as it should be, but that's something that hadn't been done for years, and I think
agree, but I'm saying, but there's multiple factors that went into the lack of. I mean, and Halloween Kills was still a success. Like that movie
Yes.
made
Yeah.
made a ton of money. Like we
Yeah.
can't
Right.
act like it just like it was like it tanked. But I'm saying like it wouldn't be the same thing with Scream 6 as it was Halloween Kills. Not just that, but that was a gap film that many people already knew.
I like that, Maverick. I
You know,
like that.
there was a lot of things that were all components of the issues behind Kills. So I don't necessarily think that Scream 6 would have those same issues. If it's production and stuff like that, then yes. Like if there are production issues or casting it or whatever the case may be, then yes, now it's a problem. But if they're able to pump it out and they don't get shut down because of unforeseen circumstances, then I think they'll be fine. And if that does happen, I think they'll be fine because people will understand. And I mean, even from a knowledge standpoint, people are more informed and understand better now than they did when Halloween Kills was first supposed to come out and got pushed. Because you've had time for people to understand, okay, this is what's going on. Most people have already gotten it. So they know the effects. They know what it is. They went through the lockdown. They went through all that stuff. So it's more understandable now than it was, 2 years ago when that film was supposed to originally come out. That's just my only thing in regards to that. And who knows, I could be completely wrong. I just think that I think they're in a good spot. It's just if they make a good movie, then all of this concern is irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like word of mouth is going to be great.
Yeah. I really think there's another thing I was seeing in the chat, like going through, that I want to also comment, and I want to hear your guys' opinions. So Scream 2 came out like I think less than a year after the original, right? Like it was
1 week early.
1 week early. Okay, there we go. So, but my problem with that is there's still like the script got leaked, so they had to rewrite the ending. I still don't know like how I feel. Like, look, I know I'm gonna get hate for this. That's fine. I don't like Mrs. Loomis. I really don't. It's so cheesy. It's so cliche. Anyone like if just Mickey was the killer, cool. I don't like the ending of 2. I think all the way through that film, it is a pretty damn decent sequel. I love the opening. I just don't like the killer reveals. And it's like if you like time and money would have fixed that. Would have given it maybe like a couple more months. They would have had just a better product, in my opinion. Trust me, I know I'm going to get crucified for saying that by some people. I know. Some people stand by Mrs. Loomis to a T, but Billy's mother just isn't great to me.
You know what makes me sick?
Laurie Metcalf was psycho, man.
Yeah,
she was psycho. Wow.
It's just so over the top,
it was supposed to be Derek and
Derek and Haley.
So
is that better? Is that worse? I mean, yeah, no, I get what you're saying, because it's like it's the boyfriend thing again. So both options, there's like, okay, well, you're just doing something that's.
If it was Mickey and Haley, that would have been a nice.
That would have been cool.
Middle. Yeah.
There we go.
True.
Because the whole concept of Mickey is so cool, but it's so underplayed in that movie. The whole like he's like a serial killer already, and then he just turns Ghostface. Oh my effing god! Great idea.
We need a prequel.
Yes, we need more. I want more Mickey, because like he's such an underutilized character, in my opinion. You could have just, oh man, if you just would have put a little more focus on him in 2, that would have been awesome. Instead of trying to convince me that Cotton Weary's the killer for like the entire second act of that movie. I don't know. I just, dude, I love. There's a lot of things about 2 that I just feel like if you would have had a little more time, it would have been better. And I'm just horrified that we're repeating the same thing from the past. History repeats itself, as we know. So hopefully that's not the case here.
No,
What's up, Jack?
Jack Stannis. What's up?
One thing I do want to say real quick is that because I saw a lot of comments when we were talking about like critics, and they're saying critics overrate everything and stuff like that. I agree. I almost never agree with the critics. And even when films do get terrible reviews, if I want to watch the movie, I'll watch it regardless. But the reason critics are important is because people do listen and buy into it. That's why critics are critics. That's why they're successful. So they do play a role in films, whether we like it or not. And, maybe the majority of us don't, but there is a group of people out there that buy on to every word that they say. There are people that see that Rotten Tomatoes score and go, I'm not going to watch this movie. So there's many things that play in a factor to movie success. But I don't know. I mean, we'll never really know how this film's going to do until it comes out and we see it. But I don't know. I think that I would hope, I guess, because like Jake said, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know what developed. They might have all 3 scripts ready to go like already, and they just have it on standby for all we know.
And I hope that's the case.
Yeah,
I hope I'm wrong.
I hope so
exactly.
If I am dead wrong, that would be awesome. That would be that would be great. I hope that's the case.
For all we know, they already had Scream 6 ready to go. They just were piecing it together, which actually, if you think about it, may be true, because I even talked about it on our channel. I know we talked about it on the Lethal Club. I think before we actually had the channel, that there was a rumor, like a leak or whatever, that Scream 6 was greenlit months before Scream 5 came out. And so there was all that talk, and it was from a credible source that said, like, it's already been greenlit, and everyone was like, greenlit and, having, and, whatever is not the same thing. And I was like, the source says it's greenlit. Just because they didn't make the announcement doesn't mean it's not greenlit. And then as soon as the movie came out, they made the announcement, which tells me that that source was correct, that they were right when they said, hey, it's greenlit. I mean, that was something that was all over Twitter. It was all over the Facebook groups, everything. Like this was something that was out there, and people were on both sides of the fence like that. Oh, that doesn't mean it's greenlit. That's their plan, whatever the case. So maybe they already had the script ready to go. I mean, it's just a thought.
That's a finger crossed. You can't see it. That's a fingers crossed right there. Right there.
Yeah, man.
Because the worst case scenario, and I'm not trying to dump on Guy and James. I'm not, because I don't know. You may have just completely described what happened, and that's what I'm hoping for. We'll know when we watch the movie if these characters are horribly written, and we're gonna know pretty quick if it's gonna feel rushed or whatnot. I think we'll pick up on that. But I just hope it wasn't where they got a call from Paramount studio folks and said, "Hey guys, green light. We're filming in June. Go." And they're like, "Oh, blank slate," and just going and just trying to hammer it in. That's all. I'm just saying, because if you rush on anything you do in life, if you rush, the quality is going to be affected in some way. It's not ever going to be as good. And I mean, I think I said an October release would be great, because take your time, film this thing in the fall, not the summer. Take a few extra months. Really work through that script, override it, go over it up and down till you're sick of it and you're happy with it. And maybe they have. But it's just worrisome to me a little bit.
Do you guys think there's a reason they didn't do it in October? Do you think that they're worried about competing with other horror genres?
maybe.
I would assume
it's one
so.
thing to compete with like an action movie or something like that. But everything, all horror comes out in October. Do you think that that's what they were trying to get away from?
So to counter what we've been saying, like, let's say there was a Scream 6 script already in development, where, like, what I've been saying is that Montreal is where they most commonly shoot like scenes for is where they most commonly film stuff for, like, New York City, because it's cheaper to film in Canada than it is in New York City, which is just a given. But what I was thinking is, like, there's also, aren't they filming that Yellow Jackets show that Jasmine Savoy Brown is on up there? That's Nev Campbell's backyard. Maybe they already had an idea for something where it's like it takes place in New York City with surrounded around Gail Weathers' character, who runs a morning show in New York. I think it would be pretty cool if they already had that script ready to go. It would make sense for them to film this summer in Montreal. It would look like summer in New York City. It would make sense if that was the case, but it just seems really quick. Like, maybe it's because of the season, like they have to do it in summertime to film it and make it look like it's New York City then, because maybe if they wait till the fall or like late fall, there might already be snow. I have never been to Canada. I have no idea. So I have no idea what the weather is like up there. But I really thank you, Angela. That's very sweet. But I have no idea where I'm going with this. Someone take it. I'm half asleep, gentlemen.
I get it.
My point is, Montreal, we're going there this summer. Fuck yeah, there we go. That's my ending.
Yeah, I hope that they branch out into different areas. Like, I hope we don't just get. They did say that there's more story to be told in Woodsboro, but that doesn't mean we can't branch out. Like, why not start the film in Woodsboro and then branch out somewhere else? Like one of the theories I threw out there on one of my videos was like, what if they, started in Woodsboro and then they took a trip to, Canada or something like that, because, they just graduated high school. That's what people do. You graduate high school, usually your parents or, you and your friends save up money and you go take a trip somewhere and you just enjoy life before you go to college, right? Like,
before you get slaughtered.
Yeah,
that's right.
They go get slaughtered, right? Like, so I mean, that's just another Wednesday, right? So
exactly.
Like, I would like to see them branch out, and the beauty of Canada is you can make it look like several different places. Again, my favorite show, Supernatural. That whole show is filmed in Canada, and its entire premise is set in the United States. They just use the same location.
Oh yeah,
I would love
Movie
to
magic.
see just different stuff, different sites and stuff.
Let's be
have
creative.
some night scenes with rain, or just some different things that we don't see a lot that they could add to make it fresh. Even Ghostface, and I said this because when the news broke, I did a quick video on it too. Even Ghostface himself, doing things differently, acting differently, maybe more stalking stuff, maybe some more tension type of scenes where it's almost like You get what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that because I know some people are going to say, "Oh, well, you want him to be like Michael Myers." I'm not saying that. I'm just saying to have him physically act different than we've seen in these 5 movies, and it could be a lot of different ways to do that, camera angles, where he's at, stalking, hiding, 2 ghost face killers at one time. Like, when are we gonna get that? Like, I've been
how about
waiting for
3?
that. Or
Just have us
3,
3.
right? Well, we
Yeah.
all
Okay.
talked about how we thought there were going to be 3 or 2 in a
Right.
mastermind or whatever. It's
Yes,
like
2 in a
this
mastermind.
is
Yeah.
the time. Like let's do that.
Yes.
Let's
We've
be
had 2
creative.
killers in the
Yeah.
past, but
That's
why
right.
don't we have 2 killing at the same time? Like that would be
Yes.
like so epic. Could you imagine that?
Oh, it'd be
That's
awesome.
why I'd
Yeah.
like to see them branch out outside. Like how cool would it be if like
Yes.
they took a trip to like Big Bear, right? That's in California. They took a trip to Big Bear and like they meet a group and maybe Ghostface and there's like and they get attacked. Like how cool would it be to have like a wood scene where somebody's running through the woods and Ghostface is just stalking them?
Exactly.
Like that
Yes.
attention. Yeah, it's a common thing we've seen in other movies, but it is
Yeah.
that attention building, and it's different from Scream, so it might not look like the same old thing. Like let's.
That's right.
I'm all as long as we keep what Scream inherently is and the foundation. Like I'm all for them taking some chance. Let's do some different stuff. Let's do things
Yeah.
that we haven't seen in a Scream movie. Because for the most part, if we're being honest, every Scream film has been basically the same movie. it's been the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
the same concept, the same ideas, the same sort of sequences. It's been in a box essentially the entire
Yes.
film. Like this is a new chapter essentially. New writers, new studio, new everything. Let's keep it that.
There's so many other ways to do a murder mystery too that I would love to see them explore. Like, what if we did like
That's
a
right.
one night Scream film that takes place across like one night, where it's like they're all trapped in a cabin or something and it's snowy outside? Like, how cool would that be? They have Ghostface
That's right.
running around and they're trying to figure it out who it is. That's a totally different style of murder mystery that this series should explore instead of do it. Like, I like the Scream films and they're great.
Oh, I
Like,
love
I love 1 through 5 is awesome, but like,
Yeah.
it's the same style of murder mystery every single time. Let's explore different aspects of that. Let's try something different. I don't
I
know.
agree.
That's my thing. One thing I've been talking about with Scream 5 lately is that I feel like it's more safe than what I expected. Because
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
especially in the way they tell the story, it's like they're trying to mimic Wes Craven to a T.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
they're just not Wes Craven. Like, Radio Silence has a
Right.
great way of doing the whole mystery thing. Like, dude, watch Ready or Not. If you have not seen Ready or Not, watch that movie. They should do a similar movie similar to that, but with Ghostface. And I think that would be awesome. It would be their own thing, and it would be great. I think it would be better than Scream 5 even.
Do you guys
Yeah,
think
I-
that Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead,
I was going to say I totally agree with that, and I think they were kind of locked in, right? Because we hadn't had a Scream movie in a long time. This is the first one without Wes Craven, so it's almost like they kind of had to play it safe, right?
And you're
Kinda
right. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To kind of bring everybody back in and say, okay,
Yep.
we're back. Scream is back. We're all cool. Yada yada yada. I think now this movie, now seeing what Scream 5 was, I think now we're really at that fork in the road. You get what I'm saying? Because if we keep going down that safe path, I think there's going to be a lot of people. They're going to say, we gotta do something different, and it's more so for the casual viewers that are like, okay, they're doing another Scream, they're going after Sydney, oh, they're going after someone new, oh well Sydney's still in there, and the people that don't care about it as much as we do, right? So they could go down that path. I'm hoping they go down the other path and they take some chances, they aim for the fences, and it could be a bunch of different things. I mean, we could do a whole damn video talking about our wish list, but like you said, Jake, and you too, Tyler, I mean, it's like in a different setting, some different things going on, one night, all these different things that could be different, that could really elevate what people know Scream for, and also allow it to go into that next inevitable movie to finish out the trilogy. And maybe it can live on beyond that if they stay in the safe path. I just don't know how long people are going to keep wanting to go down that road.
agree.
I love the franchise, but like you said, Fate, I mean, they've all been basically the same type of movie, and I think they got to try to take some chances, and we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I think they. Well, was our good Fate? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like they need to. I'd like to see some like. I don't want to see Sam just become Sydney 2.0. Like you established a very interesting family dynamic in the Carpenters, and even the Meeks to some degree, you know. But like, let's instead of making it about just one individual person, like let's uncover some skeletons in this Carpenter family. You can't tell me Billy's the only guy. There's got to be a ton of stuff, right? So like, let's explore that. Like, let's do something different. Let's do a different type of murder mystery. Now, one thing that Jake said that I'd like to hear your opinions on too is that he's talking about how Scream 5 seemed to try to emulate Wes Craven and the Scream films in many ways. I think that personally, and again, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts, is I think that was two reasons. One, this was like a fan service film for them. Like, this was like strictly for Wes Craven. Like this, I mean, everything about that had Wes Craven's fingerprints on it. It was it was like if we as fans made a fan film with $20 million. Like that's basically what that was. The other thing is that I think that they had to sort of keep Scream for their first movie what it always has been and tie in all of the loose ends, because they have 4 films, right? Hi, Angela, how you doing? And they had 4 films that weren't theirs, that they didn't want to just completely abolish and retcon, that they needed to keep some continuity wise. So I think that they were kind of obligated, and it's why you could argue many films go the requel route of just retconning all the films but the first, or they just completely reboot or remake the franchise because they don't want to have to go through the hassle of making all the pieces fit. And that's what Radio Silence did, which kudos to them. They did about as great of a job as you could do. And for them to have the grajones to do that, to tie all of that in, they could have done the easy route and just said, we're going to reboot this entire franchise. We're going to start over. And
I hated that. I would have hated that.
I mean, many people probably would have. So they deserve credit in that regard. And that's why I really think Scream 6 will be better than Scream 5, because they no longer have to do that. They don't have to they did the fan film, and they did the film that ties in all the loose ends, all the things that never really made sense to begin with, all the things that really never tied in to begin with, all the, inconsistencies. They had to piece that in to make this film work, which they did. Now they don't have to, and they can just clean break and sort of reboot, in a soft way, sort of soft reboot this franchise. But again, I'd like to know your thoughts. Jake, you want to start, and we'll go in a circle?
I'm just seeing all these hospital comments real quick, and so help me, if Scream 6 takes place entirely in a hospital, I'll lose my mind. No, but yeah,
they you just see Killjoy Jake, big shout out.
We did this for you, man. Hospital Scream. Hell
it's
yeah.
all for you, Jake.
I really think, dude, I agree, man. They got to make this their own film. They've established themselves as the new Scream team. And I think that if they take it their own route, like the biggest thing about Ready or Not, and I won't spoil it, but there's this big mystery going throughout the film that you don't even kind of realize it's a mystery until the very end, when you get this shocking answer that it's like the whole movie with the tone has been convincing you that it's not going to end that way, and then it does, and it's a big shock, and it's like, oh, no way. I thought this was going to be much more it's something else, but it's not. It's this instead. And I hope that we could see something like that in the Scream universe. I don't think it would be that hard to do, to take that same concept and apply it to the mystery of Scream with who Ghostface is. It's like, this whole time we're expecting it to be some new killer or something, and then it's actually Stu who's still alive.
Absolutely. He's masterminding the whole thing. You know that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
oh yeah,
Stu.
But you're actually prophesying. You're prophesying. You don't even realize it. It's awesome.
I would, if I'm right about that, I would shit my pants. But no, but seriously,
take a diaper.
Camera.
Take a diaper to the theater.
Take a diaper to the theater. But my point is there's a bunch of different ways you can do murder mystery. Radio Silence has experimented with a lot of those different ways and directions. Let's see that. Yeah. Let's see that in Scream. They followed the same 2 killer format where you're maybe thinking it's one person, you're maybe thinking it's 3 people. I mean, and then it's like, boom, it's okay. It's 2 people again, and kind of revealed in a similar way to how Wes Craven does it. You're constantly thinking, oh, is it this person? Okay, next scene, I'm thinking it's this person. They kind of do that a little bit in Scream 5. And I liked it. They had to do it. Knight, you had a really good point about that. Yes, they had to reestablish themselves that way. But moving forward, let's make this much more of a Radio Silence movie than anything else.
I would absolutely love to see that, because like you said, Ready or Not, I mean, that was one of the most enjoyable movie experiences I had had at that point in so long because I didn't know what to expect. And I went into it not necessarily expecting to love it or hate it. I just was just checking it out. And I absolutely loved every single minute of it. Samara Weaving,
Oh, yeah.
everyone was great in it. It had me laughing. It had some gross out moments.
The ending
You
was
know,
the
it was
funniest
great.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
Huh? What was that?
I said the ending was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my
Yes.
life.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Without
yeah.
ruining it, I was dying. I was like,
Yes.
and then I was like,
Totally got me. Totally got. I did not think it was
was
going to go that route, and it
cracking
did.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really, but
Absolutely.
anyway, sorry. I just had to throw that out there.
No,
Yeah, I
no, no. I
wasn't
agree.
either.
The
That
ending
was-
You
was
said
great.
it had me laughing.
I was like, oh, okay, because didn't expect that at all.
I know, man.
I was
it means,
wow.
like
they
for
went
people that
there.
haven't seen,
And it's all
they
there. Like,
did.
it's all
It
there. Like,
is.
it's all set up, you know? And it's like,
Yes.
oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
And the reaction of the characters, it was priceless. Kind of like, oh, wow. And like, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, holy shit. Wow. It was a great movie. It really was.
Yeah.
If they could
Yeah.
bring that type of vibe and that type of energy and that type of creativity, like that's the biggest thing, the creativity. That movie, it's got a lot of similar parts to it, but it's elevated beyond those things that we've seen before. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was just masterful. If they could bring any of that to this new movie, I think it'll be good for Scream 6. I really do.
Yeah.
What about you, Craven?
Yeah, so I mean, and we're talking about specifically now. Just reset me for a minute because this kind of took a little side pattern here. And so reset me with my question, Fate. Help me out. Reset me up. Reset me up.
Basically, like,
I guess like, sorry.
We're a little tired tonight, everybody. It's been a
We've
long
been working
week.
hard, man. We've been working hard.
Very little sleep. Okay. Very
Oh,
little
hang
sleep.
on. Craven, keep talking. I'm going to just do a quick costume change. Hang on.
Got it, man. Got it. All right, Fate.
he's gonna go put his makeup on.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
man.
What is happening right now?
Wow. There
What
it
is
is
happening?
right there.
This is- I'm scared.
Oh, my boy. What are you doing?
Where's your 70s music? Come on. Night. Sing us a tune, man. Come on, man.
I love the glasses, too, man.
The
Thank you.
glasses
Wow.
are that's the perfect touch right
Yes.
there, man.
Killjoy J.
That
Killjoy
is
J.
it.
It's like the guy that plays the cop in a porno.
Where's the fake mustache? The horribly fake mustache, dude.
Okay, so the reason I have this on hand, I just made my review of X, like the spoiler review, and I started it off with like a little like it had some porno music, and I'm just like, "Hey, everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Killjoy Jake."
Oh.
Yeah, and all that. I was doing that, and dude, I should have had a porno stash. That would have been so funny. Dang it,
That would have been amazing.
That was a missed opportunity.
massive missed opportunity.
You should have came on looking like Rod Jeremy.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We're going there, aren't we?
We're
We're going there.
we're just about to. I'm trying to reel us back.
But
yeah, Steven's like, don't go down that
Don't
road,
do
guys.
it. Let's
He's like, come
turn.
back. If you can go off a random stew tangents, we could go off a random porn tangent.
I mean, I'm trying to save us. I'm trying to save the stream, man.
He's like, this is for your own good, boys.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you.
But anyway,
All right.
so Craven, yeah,
Please.
basically to summarize is that when it comes to like Scream 6,
Oh,
being
yeah.
being creative, like
Yeah.
you know, because Scream 5 has essentially been the same
Got it.
same concept all
Yep.
the way up. And do you think that, you know, now that they have this clean cut break, this
Yeah.
is a real opportunity for them? Also,
Yes.
I said, you know, Scream 5 was the fan film, right? That was the
right.
one, and they had to tie in all the loose ends. They had to do all the necessary stuff, and now they can just clean break, make their own movie. What are your thoughts?
Got it. Yeah. So I agree 100%. I believe that they made 5 exactly the way they needed to make that movie. It was, I call it like a half Wes Craven, half Radio Silence in a blender, and you pour it out. Yeah. And you pour it out and you get Scream 5. And I think we saw a lot of Wes Craven, like the whole, and this is a scene that strangely enough, I see some people really not like this sequence, and I thought, oh no,
You don't
oh,
want to see that. Trust
oh,
me.
now see what you did.
If this
I
was-
wanna
if
see
this-
that.
If this
You
was
had to
if
start
this. Was
this.
college and high school, I would.
Oh my gosh.
Every lethal stream, I'd be shirtless. But now I got the
no.
dad
Oh
bod.
God.
5 kids later.
Oh man. Here we go.
Wow. Yeah. So anyway,
Instead of having friends, I have porno.
oh
Oh no.
Oh, Jake.
no.
Wow.
no.
Oh,
Lord help
jeez.
us.
Sometimes you like
Jake
to sit
is
on
going
his left
there.
hand until it goes
I'm
down.
starting a new channel.
I,
I told you, OnlyFans. We need to start
I'm
OnlyFans.
oh, I
So
give
we
up.
collect
I'm
the
done.
OnlyFans.
I'm done.
Steven, I'm so
I'm-
sorry. We keep
I'm not
interrupting
even
you.
gonna.
dude.
No,
I'm so
over
sorry.
it. I'm totally over it. I don't
There's,
even
there's
care
too many
anymore.
good comments. There's too many good. There's too many
Let's
good
move.
things to respond to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's
Steven is doing what Jake did the other week when Jake like took off the
Oh, he just took off the headphones and started eating.
sat back and
Started eating a snack and
That was
like for
the
like
best
10
thing
minutes he didn't
ever.
have his headphones on.
yeah.
Oh my
Jake.
gosh.
Oh Lord.
Anyway,
What's
so
up with
yeah.
it now?
Recreate X
Yeah.
in real life.
Oh, God.
oh,
Jake's new fan film.
oh, dang.
That's what the
Oh,
fan film's
no.
really gonna
I
be.
bet
Yeah.
you
Oh.
get your Kickstarter money
So-
immediately.
So instead of taking off the mask for the reveal, he takes off the robe and you get the reveal.
That's the reveal.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
there you
reveal's
go.
Wow, Steven. Wow.
Taking off the robe, man.
You're pouring on the gasoline, brother.
I know.
Just going to town on regular Ghostface.
Oh my God.
And you think you know what's on underneath that robe, but little do you know.
Oh man.
I bet you Kramer would want to talk about a screen porn as Stu was in it. God.
Oh,
Look,
Lord.
everyone has
Come
to
on,
have
man.
everyone has to have a line, man. You got to draw a line somewhere.
Oh.
Although I would consider it. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, whoa.
No, I'm kidding. No.
Back on track.
Is there a track anymore? Is the track
Well-
even
well-
there anymore? I don't even know.
Well, here's the other thing too, man. We can't forget, and Steven, you've got some really cool channel news and stuff too. I don't want you to forget, unless you didn't want to bring that up.
No, I do. In fact, how about I'll send it? Can I send it to you real quick? I forgot about that,
You
man.
sure can.
Let me do that right now.
That's a great transition.
Hey, man,
Smooth.
I'm just
Smooth.
yeah, baby.
Smooth,
you know
man.
it.
It's like-
I'm just trying to pick us up, man. I'm trying to have
This
us
is the
rise.
collective people want to see.
Oh, man. Well,
Fate's
If-
like, we're not leaving this place. We're going all the way.
Yeah, all the way.
all the
We need to call. We
way.
need to call my Nar. Where's Nar? At?
Yeah, we gotta call Nar and get her on the street.
Oh,
Here we go.
I need
Here
my
we go.
Nar.
No.
Here we go. Oh shoot.
You brought that up on screen.
Why? I missed it.
All right. It's
What
good
happened?
that you did. It's good that you did.
Oh,
But Fate, while Steven's getting prepared with his stuff, do you have any really cool? Because obviously you got a lot of stuff going on. Any cool channel news that you want to share?
Just the so I've rebranded Horror Breakdown recently to
Fate Talks Films.
Fate Talks Films. Just because for a long time I didn't know what I wanted to do with that. But I figured why not just talk about all films instead of just sticking to horror, because that's kind of what I do on Fate Decided. Yeah, it's mostly Scream, but I dive into other stuff when I feel like it. So now we got Fate Talk Films. If you're not subscribed to there, head on over to there.
You got to say it different than that, man. Come on.
What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notifications. I have the if you go to just Fate Decided, you'll see the little icon channel links, stuff like that. Go over there. Scream Talk. I know I haven't been posting live streams lately. I've just been swamped with work and stuff, and just life. But I think I have a schedule. I just need to work it out. So I will be making an announcement on my channel soon. To where I'll be going live every day between here, Scream Talk, and then my Saturday streams on Fate Decided.
Awesome.
So that gives me like 3 or 4 days over on Scream Talk. I know a lot of people ask about that. But yeah, that's what I got going on with me. All those channel links are on my homepage of Fate Decided. If you could go subscribe, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
The hardest working man in showbiz.
Try to be.
There you go. There you go. All right, that sounds good. All right, Steven, I got your thing. It's loading up here. So what do we got? What do
Okay.
we got going for you?
So I am very excited, very, very excited to announce. I just got confirmation. Just I think it was yesterday. These days are all running together, um, and I got confirmation that next Friday, a week from today, on my channel at 9 p.m. Central Time, I will be interviewing and hosting the one and only Lynn McCree, otherwise known as Maureen Prescott, ladies and gentlemen. Yes,
Hey,
Maureen Prescott on my channel next
woohoo!
Friday night, and I am
Give it
over the
up.
moon, over the moon excited, and
That
it's
is
gonna be. I have her
awesome,
booked for
man.
a whole hour too. She agreed to come on for a whole hour, and so from 9 to 10, it's all gonna be. We're gonna talk about her journey. And then how she came to do Scream and Scream 3. We're going to talk about her how it was filming Scream 3 with her nightmare sequence there, working with Wes, working with Nev, working with all the cast, and all the stories I'm sure she's going to have to share. And she sent me a message yesterday, and she said, "Hey," she said, "I have some Scream 3 film memorabilia. Would you like me to show it on the stream?"
Oh
And I
wow.
said, "Heck yeah." I said, "Yes, absolutely. Bring it with you." And so she's going to be showing us on camera some memorabilia she has from the film when she filmed the Scream 3 footage. So I don't know what it is,
Wow.
but it's going to be amazing. So can't wait.
Wow. That is
Can't
that
wait.
is awesome. Oh
So
my
if you guys do,
gosh.
thank you, man. Thank you guys, all you guys so much. If you, everyone in the chat, if you go to my channel after this, and you'll see I already have it set up. You can go into it, set reminder, click that little button, and smash that thumbs up button if you don't mind while you're there. I want to load up the cannons before we even do the stream. So when that thing goes to replay,
I like
boom, yeah,
that.
Ghost Maureen. That's right, baby. That's right. She's
Load up
coming
the
on, man.
cannons.
And I've had a chance to talk to her on the phone already, and she's so sweet. She's so nice, and I'm just telling you, it's going to be incredible. I already can tell you. I have a feeling. And so I hope you all will come and share it with your social media. Let's get a big crowd for Maureen Prescott, for Lynn McCree. Let's show her our love, guys. All right? Let's do it.
It's awesome,
Absolutely.
Craven, seeing you get here so quickly. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Especially
Thank you,
with
man.
like, I mean, obviously your channel as a whole, but even just the interview things. I remember when we were first talking, you were saying that you wanted to start interviewing people and what do we
Yes,
think, and and then you just started reaching out, and
that's right.
you've really, it's been awesome. It's been cool to see. You know,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
that's
buddy.
that's that's your future. I'm telling you.
It is. It really is.
Absolutely,
I
man.
believe, I
I think
believe it
so.
is, man. I think,
It really is because here's the thing, like you do great videos, you do
hmm
absolutely, I love your videos, but you have this different like aura and passion when you're interviewing these people, like you just
oh,
which
thank
to
you.
be fair, you can't really see your aura and passion because your videos are just images, but like
Yeah.
your tone,
Uh huh.
everything, like you just seem so like this is your calling, if
Oh,
that makes sense, and
it
it's
does.
awesome to
Thank
see.
you.
It's awesome to see,
Oh, that's very sweet of you,
Absolutely.
brother. I
even though
appreciate
you were
that.
mean
Yeah.
to me today.
Oh, I take it all back. I take it all
I
back.
knew there had to
I,
be something at the
I
end of that.
take everything out of it. All of it. All of it.
They're like,
No.
Tyler's being too nice, something's wrong.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, really,
Very
Tyler,
cool.
thank you, buddy. It's very
Of course, man.
encouraging, man. I really
Hmm.
appreciate the feedback because it's really, I enjoy it. I just love it. I love it so much, and I just hope it can continue. I'm just doing all I can to keep it going, And
Hmm.
so,
Absolutely.
Well, you have that mild temper too. Where me, I'd be like, "So, how are you? You like this?"
yeah.
You're just like, "Yes." You and Night too. I mean, uh,
You know what's so
Hey
funny though
man,
about
you
that?
got
Like
it.
when
Got.
yeah, Knight's got it. Whenever I would meet like Nancy Ann and Mike Vaughn, inside my inner fanboy is like raging. But I'm like, you know
Right?
what? I'm like, you got to sit down right now. This is no, we'll let you out later. And it just, thankfully I'm able to control all of that and just focus on let's make this a good interview. I want my guests to feel comfortable. I want them to
Hmm.
feel at ease and that they know that I'm here because I genuinely like them. I'm not here just to because I don't like you. I'm bringing you on my channel and I don't even watch your movies. Like
Hmm.
some people might do. I actually want you to come on because I love what you do. I'm a fan,
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, I won't
And
turn
it's
this into a
tough. It's
Craven train, but
Well, no, but it's tough too, man, because when you're talking to someone that you genuinely are excited to talk to, or if you're a
hmm
fan of theirs or whatever, it's so difficult, man. I mean, when we had Deborah Voorhees on, I literally couldn't really enjoy it because I was trying to make sure I didn't like fanboy out. You know what I mean? At the time, afterwards
Right.
it was great. But
Afterwards, you
during
let
the
it
whole
go.
damn thing, I was just like, oh my gosh. One thing I do want to say though, and it's also just to thank you three guys, and Steven probably knows what I'm going to say, but I had a few days where I took some time off and stuff like that, and for stuff on my channel, just kind of letting things lay down a little bit, and the other day, just some really good news for the future of the channel, and going through losing a channel and then getting this one, I was really nervous, but I've recently just started my own memberships, and
Nice.
everything is good with YouTube. So I'm so happy
Yes.
about that, because
So awesome.
when you lose a channel, your world is destroyed. So I'm just really happy that things are looking good for this channel, and that means that I'm able to actually continue being on with you guys. I mean, I know I could have anyways, but just in my own heart, I was just like, oh my God, I hope things go well, because I think, for the Lethal Collective, we've got a lot of big dreams, and I hope that we can continue just rocking and rolling, So anyways, good stuff, man. It's been a good couple of days.
Knight, that's awesome, man.
I just read that. You guys are
Doug.
crazy.
Night is
Yeah. Knight, you deserve it so much, brother.
Yeah.
No,
thanks,
seriously, man.
Thanks, man.
I'm
I
telling you, I'm
appreciate it.
so happy for you and so proud. And
Thanks, man.
I've said it before, after what happened the first time, and you started at ground zero, man, and you rebuilt this again a second time, is incredible. And that takes such resolve and determination, man. Because there's a lot of
man.
people that would just say, you know what, I'm done. That's it. I don't have the will to and the resolve to start this over from scratch. It's just too much work.
Yeah.
there's
And
a reason we're all here.
It's very true, man. You're so
I agree
that's
with
so
that.
true.
Because there's think of how many YouTube channels and stuff people make constantly. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's hard
Yeah.
to grow and build, and then to do that, have it stripped away from you, like that's gotta be deflating. You know what I mean?
Man,
Like,
I can't even put it into words, man. I mean, like I said, and last night we did a little, I guess you would call it like a celebration type of stream. And just being honest, man, there was at least 2 days where it wasn't gonna happen. I'd love to say, the whole time I was ready to keep fighting, but you just think about what you did and where you're at, what you lost, and I had to really think about it a lot. So fortunately, it worked out good, and
Heck yeah,
so many
man.
great viewers, so many supporters. Obviously, you guys, you're like brothers. So here we are. We're all happy and doing well, and good things are happening all around. That's awesome.
Yeah, just don't
Oh,
put out
yeah.
just don't put out a video on Nope, and you're going to continue to grow. You're going to be fine.
You guys got to watch Steven's video on Nope.
Oh,
Go
no.
watch
my
it.
man up.
Go watch his Nope
Oh,
video.
no,
It's
no.
awesome.
Hooked my
why?
man
What
up.
happened? What happened to your Note video?
Oh, you weren't here for that.
Now
Oh,
I know you guys kicked me out.
You were in timeout.
You were in timeout. You're at the kiddies table.
You guys are selfish.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you I posted a Nope video like earlier this afternoon, right? And I'll just give you 2 words, and you can figure it out from there. The Hindenburg and the Titanic, and you can just draw the rest of the way. You can take it from there.
It happens to the best of us. Don't worry.
It's the absolute worst performing video. I think my first video on the channel blew this away by like 30 times views. It's horrible. It's been on for like 4 hours, and I'm like 60 views. I normally have that in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like no one's watching this video. It's like no one cares. Oh, it's all right.
I think it's a combination of things, but I mean, like we've all had that. We've all had those videos that
It's true.
even on Fate Decided with all the subscribers I have. I've posted a video and like months later, it's at like 100, 200 views, and I
Yep.
usually get that like in the first hour,
Yeah.
30 minutes,
Yep.
on Fate Talks Films yesterday, I made a video. One of my favorite movies ever, and definitely my favorite basketball movie ever. White Men Can't Jump. I absolutely love that movie.
That's awesome.
Great movie.
Well, they're making a
It
remake,
is.
and Jack Harlow. If none of you know who Jack Harlow
Yeah.
is, I completely understand. But they casted him in Woody Harrelson's role, and I was furious. And so I was like, this is
Jack
Fake Top
Harlow,
Films.
dude.
I'm going to talk about
What?
whatever films I want to talk about now. So I talked about that, and it got like 14 views in the first day. And I mean, that channel's not Fate
Wow.
Decided, but that channel still has like 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
was like, I figured it'd at least get 100 views,
Yeah.
something like that. I figured it'd probably be like my lower thing videos, but that's part of growing too. So I get it. Yes, Jack Harlow, really. Yes, I am just devastated. And they're talking about Quavo playing Wesley Snipes' character. Like I know
These are all
Quavo
just
more-
they're musicians, you know. I mean, I like them, but yeah, they're not
two iconic
like
actors.
Quavo and Jack Harlow. That's such
Come
a
on,
weird
man.
mix.
Dude, that film is fantastic. Even if you hate basketball, let's say you can't.
Oh,
stand
it's
watching
a great
basketball,
movie.
You can
Yeah.
watch that film and you'll love it. I mean, it has everything. It has comedy, it has action, it has everything. You name it. Like
I was just, dude.
See ya,
I was
Wayne.
just talking about see ya, Rain or Wayne. I said Rain. But
night, Wayne.
I was just talking about oh my god, guys, it's been a long day. I was just talking about how much I loved X because of how it's like a brew of a movie. Like there's so many different aspects to it. There's comedy, there's horror, there's parts that'll make you cry. Like yeah, no, that's definitely a movie that's along those same lines. And I just I was saying like every movie should be like this. Every movie should have different all these different aspects of different films that are great. Grab from all those, put them all into whatever kind of movie you're trying to make. Those are the best. Those are the movies I like the most typically.
Well,
So.
and Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson could really hoop. Like they
Yes,
weren't like
they
actors
could.
pretending to hoop. They could
Right?
really hoop. Like that's the
Yes,
thing. They
and you
were-
could tell.
Yes, they were doing all the real stuff. Everything was legit. Like that film was fantastic. And
But
Rosie
here's the-
Perez.
Yes, I was just about to say Rosie Perez
Oh,
really
Rosa.
rounded out the whole thing.
Oh,
And the chemistry, here was the trick of it all. The chemistry between Wesley and Woody was so awesome that when they did Money Train, they
Yeah.
basically said, "Hey, Woody and Wesley are back at it again because of that chemistry." And by the way, Money Train was a good time too. I absolutely wish
I forgot about
they
that
had done
movie,
more.
man.
I liked it. Jennifer
That was
Lopez was in
good.
that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I would have loved to have seen Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson do some more stuff together because they just had a great chemistry. They really, really did.
Yeah, they did.
Moral of the story: go watch Craven's Nope video, and after you're done watching Craven's Nope video, go watch my White Men Can't Jump video over on Fate Talks Films.
There you
There we
go.
Let's,
Let's
let's
do
get
it.
our
And
view counts up.
And then go to the Night Watch Zone and join my membership because that'd be
Oh,
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do all of those things
All of that.
and support
And-
Jake's Kickstarter.
And Jake's
That's right.
Kickstarter.
And that transitions into Jake because that's where this was supposed to go, and we just all said, "Forget Jake."
Yeah, screw that Jake guy. God.
Jake guy.
So
Well-
Jake,
Yes.
what you got for us?
That's too fun.
I don't even know, man. Support the Kickstarter for
Yeah, man.
Is that what you're throwing at me right now? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna
man.
roll with it.
Let's
So
go.
support the Kickstarter for Red Right Hand. The link for it is in the description below. I'm making a Scream movie, guys. It's coming out even earlier than Scream 6 is. So
Yes.
if you want to see another Scream movie, if you cannot simply wait for Scream 6, guess what? We're making one, and it's going to be a heck of a lot better than the proof of concept we made last October. We have a full team of people coming on, super passionate about the Scream movies, super excited to make this thing, and all we need is like what, $2,000 more? We can make that
man.
happen.
That's it. 2000.
We can make that
man.
happen.
we can.
I'm
we
about to
can.
go live on my page to talk a little more about it. Hopefully, we can raise some more money. We're also whoever gives me the most super chats tonight. Fate Decided has so kindly offered me his fake Ghostface Funko Pops to be
They
offered
look
to
so
whoever.
cute.
They're very
They
cute.
look legit.
His fake. Are they're knockoffs, dude?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, I want to make that very clear.
I didn't know somebody
Steven
told
just
me
said they're
that.
fake.
Somebody-
Yeah, they're fake, but they look cool. They look
like
they look
fake
really cool.
decided.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, go grab them. They still. He sent me a bunch of pictures of them. I'm like, I would
Okay.
still totally
This
get
is-
that.
So this is the thing, right? It's all legit. Even the
Aw.
serial numbers are legit. Everything's legit. But I guess the reason these are fake, somebody was telling me, is that the knife, the blood is dipped rather than splattered. Like
Really?
the blood
Yeah.
is supposed to be splattered. Yeah, well, because
Ah.
so a long time ago, I got a bunch of these. I don't know anything about pops. I didn't know that these are like $300 a piece. so I wanted to do a giveaway, and somebody was like, "Oh, you should give away some pops." So I just went on Amazon and looked up Ghostface pops, and there was this thing, and it was like a bunch of these, and they were like $30 each. So I bought 10 of them.
Nice.
And and then I found out that they were fake. And so I have this one that I want to keep, and then I have 4 that are still in the case that is all messed up. I did get reimbursed the money for it, and I got to keep the pops. So they're essentially free pops.
Really?
And I was just going to give them away and tell people that they were fake, but I was like, "Oh, Jake, why don't you give them away and raise some money for your thing?"
That's generous of you, man.
My only thing is I was telling them, like, just make sure people know that they're fake, because these are like $300, and you don't want somebody to donate like $200 thinking they're getting a deal.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we're giving those away tonight. And like I said, all the super chat money is going directly into the Kickstarter. So if you don't want to go over to Kickstarter, has to go through that hassle. But once again, I do want to say, if you do want to support us in Kickstarter, you do get some really cool rewards. There's that poster that I sent to you guys. That is like, it's sick. It's a really cool poster. We commissioned this artist to make it, and it looks sweet. You can check that out over on the Kickstarter. Even if you like don't feel comfortable donating money at this time, just go over to the Kickstarter to see the physical rewards. There's a lot of really cool stuff between that poster, the VHS tape, the pins, the Ghostface pin, enamel pins. There's even more stuff. So go check it out over on Kickstarter, and please support if you can.
Being added.
And we're adding a new tier. I don't know if Matt has done it yet, but you can get a chance for $50 whole to be on the Lethal Collective stream.
Yeah, boy.
Heck yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Right
boy.
here. Right
You can be
here,
right
baby.
here talking with all 4 of us, and we will talk
Yes.
about a whole bunch of BS together. So there you go. Oh,
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
You can fight fate in real time about how you want Stu to come back. That can really
That's right.
happen for you. Just support
That's
the
right.
campaign.
I'll tell you what, and I know, hey, listen, I know a lot of you in the chat right now. There's still like over 40 people watching, and I know a lot of you are on the Stew Train with me. You know, I'm the self-professed conductor of the Stew Train, and you guys know it, and I know a lot of you are with me. So this would be the perfect thing to do to give you the chance to, not just through chat or in emails, but to actually donate to the Kickstarter here at this tier that's coming that Jake's talking about, $50 tier. You can come on as a guest of ours in our house here, and you can one-on-one give Fate your best theories, let him know why he's not understanding the full picture, and how you can help him fill in those blanks. And so this is a great opportunity, guys, to help us in the Stew Train fight with Fate.
Yes,
Let's do it. So,
And
guys, come on, get on
Here's
it.
the thing,
Tier,
and if you guys
one-on-one
come
with
on
Fate
with us,
debating
you
Stu.
guys know
We should.
You guys know we're gonna take good care of you. So if you come on,
yes.
it's gonna be a party. We're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah,
You're gonna
man.
have people in the chat. They're gonna be jealous, and they'll be like, "Oh, I wish I had gotten on there too." But think of it, guys. You guys get to come on with us, have a blast, and most importantly, helping Jake to get this thing to happen. That's the biggest thing, because this is going to be so cool to watch, and I'm just so excited for him and whatever the future holds. But this is a good starting point to help us out, man.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And one other thing, too, selfless promotion for the channel here. We've got almost 40 people in the chat, and we've only got 23 likes. What are you doing? Come on, Fate, give it to us.
What are you doing? What
are you doing?
Button, subscribe to the channel. Turn on bell notifications.
Go.
Stay up to date with all things we are doing. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions.
Yes, come on, guys. Half of you have not hit that like button.
Yeah,
that
hit
thumbs
the
up.
like button, guys.
Just
you guys
smash
know
it
the
really
rules. Those
It
are the
takes you-
rules.
It's 2 seconds to smash it. Come on, guys. We
John
want to get
says-
this video out.
That's right. John says he would love to donate to join a stream.
That's
Yes.
It'll be coming. It'll be coming up soon. Also, if you guys want to, get us to 500 subscribers, then we can do community posts to keep you updated with everything we're doing on here. Besides having to just go to each of our individual channels, you'll have all of our information here, all in one place. So
Absolutely.
we're almost there. We're at like 420, right? So yeah, let's get us to 500 subscribers, then we can keep you updated in real time. So
All right.
hit that subscribe button,
All right.
share the link, do whatever it takes. What are you doing?
What are you doing,
What
man?
are you doing? I love
What
it.
are
I
you
love it.
doing?
Yeah, man. So yeah,
Savage
John.
said, when does it go into effect? I'll drop 50 to come on. See, so
I
Jake,
just texted Matt. He's the guy in charge of the Kickstarter. I told him to add it. He's adding it right now. He's gonna make that change as soon as possible, and then you guys will be able to do that. So keep an eye on that. I'll
Awesome.
keep you guys updated.
So Yeah, so John,
Awesome.
listen, man, keep an eye. Like give him an hour, right, Jake? Give him a little bit to get that put in. But tonight, it sounds like it should be up, so you can actually do the
Yes.
donation tonight, and that will
Yeah.
get you on the channel to join us for a portion of our live stream, one of our live
We'll
streams.
we'll all make announcements on our channels, on our individual
Mhm.
channels too. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that way, the word gets out to not just the people in the chat, but everybody. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to come on and just shoot the stuff with us.
Yeah,
Aha.
that's
There you
right.
go.
The stuff.
Nice.
I was gonna
All right.
I was gonna say the naughty word, but I think I
There you
gave
go.
Craven enough of naughty today.
Good.
So
Good for you. Good for you, buddy.
I was
You
trying.
did
to be,
well. I'm very proud. You did
I was
well.
trying to be
You
nice,
did
Craven.
well.
All right, Jake.
Yeah, man.
So you-
Yeah,
you
Jen
head-
is
you
doing
heading
a
out?
great job. I also want to mention real quick, Jen had. I've
Yes.
seen Jen's posts. She
Yes.
is Jen. I see it. We all see it. We see what you did. Thank
Yes,
you
we
for
do.
being so active on your Twitter and helping to share the links here and to Jake's and all of our channels. You're really doing an amazing job. And
Yeah.
I often
really
say you're
appreciate
such
it.
a soldier, man. And just thank you, really from the bottom of our hearts. I can speak for all of us and say thank you so much. We see it and we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Believe us.
Absolutely.
We see like everything you all do for us. We pay attention to. We notice.
Yep.
Yep.
And we're very thankful for it. But want to close this out, Knight?
Let's do it.
All right. So, anyways, you guys know the drill. Please give the video a like. That will help support the channel. It's the easiest way to help support the channel. Leave us a comment. Share it on your social media. Follow Jen's example because she's doing awesome stuff. So are so many of you others. This would be what we would really need to get out there some more and help Jake as well. So we will catch you guys next time. We've got our Monday Q&A stream. That'll be a lot of fun. So anyways, take it easy. Peace out. The collective has spoken.
See you guys.